Hello, I'm Philip Stoughton for EMS Now. I'm here at SMT in Nuremberg and I'm joined by Claire Saunders of New Events. Claire.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. Great to see you again.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for stopping by. Seems like a lot to talk about. Just in the last couple of months you've had an event in Africa, South Africa, an event in the UK,
That's
and
right.
you've got another one coming up. Let's start with South Africa. That's a real burgeoning market. It's kind of the key market for the region. How did that show go?
It was okay. We had slightly less visitors than we had in 2010. It's every 2 years. But the industry there is coming out of a recession, so it's a little bit behind Europe. However, we still had some really good leads. We had some good people coming through the doors. What we saw, the same sort of companies coming along, they were just sending a few less people. So instead of sending 5 or 6 people over from Durban, they were sending 2 or 3.
Okay.
But in general, the show was great. We had a very good support from exhibitors again. We had a high content of visitors very interested in seminars, and we had a really good seminar program.
Well, that seminar program is key, isn't it? I was speaking, and we'll come on to the UK event, but I was speaking to one of the exhibitors from the event, and he said the seminar program and the live lines and those kind of things were absolutely key to having a successful event in a region like the UK. And
Yeah.
I guess that's true with South Africa as well, where visitor numbers are limited.
Absolutely. I think any sort of event you do now, you have to have content with it as well. You've got people who will come along, they kind of think they know everything, they've seen everything before. This is not an arrogance, it's just, being in the industry for so long, things don't change, stuff gets a little bit faster or whatever else. But having a seminar content, so there's another reason for them to come and see a piece of equipment is essential.
Yeah.
We run seminars alongside all of our events and we find them very, very useful.
Okay, and Birmingham was the most recent one, just a couple of weeks.
That's
2
right,
weeks
yeah.
ago?
2 or 3 weeks,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, how did that go?
It was good. It was very different. We co-located with another 7 manufacturing shows, so we had basically a platform slightly bigger than Productronica. If you take the whole event in total, which was massive, killed your feet. But what it did is it gave visitors the opportunity to see a little bit more. Again, maximising their time. So people have very limited time. They want to go along, see as much as they can. We got over 3,600 visitors through the door.
Okay, which for the UK is excellent.
It's fantastic. It's almost double what we got last time. There are people that went to the other shows, so obviously they came and had a look at ours and then went to other places. But if they see more than one thing, then that's fantastic. I'm really happy. And again, we had good seminars. We had live features. We had a mix of components, production, design, embedded. So it was a real industry event, and we're really pleased. And we're not running the show again next year at the NEC. We're going back in 2014, and we're co-locating again with the same guys, so that we've got this manufacturing focus.
So
and
will that become biannual, or will it be elsewhere next year?
It's going to be biannual. The large event's going to be biannual, but next year we're going regional.
Okay.
Yeah. So again, we're concentrating very much on the conference and the seminar element. We're going across the country, running 3 small shows. We're actually aligning some of the parts of the other events, so with the subcontracting element and maybe the design element of some of the other events alongside to work with those guys again. We've got an event in Manchester in March. We're going to Scotland in May, and in September we're down in the southwest around the Bristol area. So
Okay,
we're on the road.
Fantastic. Absolutely, and the other element that you mentioned there, which I think is really interesting in the way you're bringing the industry together, is that connection up and down the supply chain, having design alongside the guys from manufacturing, the subcontractors, components, all those guys, because they can learn so much from each other.
That's it. They can work with each other. The exhibitors benefit from the other exhibitors as well as the visitors. And each region that we're going to go to, we're going to focus on what's relevant to the region. So if you look at Southwest, we'll probably focus on defence. Manchester probably automotive, and Scotland probably renewable energy.
Okay.
They're the kind of elements that we're looking at the minute.
It's good to have those focuses, and I always look at these events as having a networking element, an exhibitor to exhibitor network element. I'm sure that people come away with new potential collaborations, ideas of how they can improve their assembly product based on what they've learned about design as well.
You see relationships blossom at shows. It's quite romantic, really.
Yeah, it's sweet, isn't it?
You've got exhibitors that work together and they get on, they sit next to each other on a stand, and then the next time they have the stand together, they open the stand up, they sell each other's products, and they help each other.
That's fantastic.
So, and on these small shows, we had some really, really positive feedback on them. They're very short, they're a day and a half, so you come in the morning, you set up, the show starts in the afternoon, an overnight thing, so again the networking opportunity, and then a full day the next day. So it's not time consuming, you get to see your visitors, and it's also it's taking your product to them as opposed to the other way around.
That's fantastic. And next stop, Tunisia.
Yes.
So it's a whirlwind, I know, but
Yeah, we're in Tunisia in June.
How's that one looking?
It's okay. Again, it's an interesting region. It's very much like South Africa. It's emerging. We've got the UKTI focus again. They're very keen to support UK companies going over. And we're working with the Tunisian government, trade associations out there, and we're co-locating our event within a show called Med Industry, which basically it sort of celebrates the total industry in Tunisia. So it's a little bit diverse, but the electronic side is quite strong there this time. We've got lots of international companies coming along. And for UK companies, it's a deal. It really is. You get a 9 metre square stand, and I'm sorry to do a sales pitch, a 9 metre square stand with shell scheme for £78.
That's fantastic.
It's crazy.
You
have to go.
Yeah.
And it's quite nice weather in June as well.
Yeah, and it's it's an important region. I know last year it got caught up in the Arab Spring a little bit, and that kind of set things off. But it's good you're persevering with it, and I think part of your role as a UK exhibition company is to take the UK companies elsewhere and kind of push those parameters and explore some of the markets that maybe the traditional event organisations don't explore.
We go to places others don't. We look at industries where we see an opportunity. The UKTI we work with very closely now, and we've got their support, which is great because they can see that we look at emerging areas. We look at places, as I say, that other people may not think have an opportunity. So no, Tunisia will be good. It's an interesting market. There's a hell of a lot going on out there. So it's definitely worth a punt to go and have a look.
Yeah, and the UKTI. The trade thing, mission thing there is a key element, having that funding for the first time that companies go to those markets so they can afford to basically take a punt on a new region and go and learn about it.
That's right, you can find new stuff out, it's a low cost, it helps support, and that's obviously what their role is to go and find new markets out there. We're supported obviously with the local authority, the UK office, the FCO out there as well. So it's a really good thing to do, and they're trying very much to support more than the first time. So they're trying to promote and make sure that people go back and actually develop relationships in other industries.
Okay, and my thought when you get to the end of this event in June is that you should be taking a break.
I'm having a holiday,
but I suspect you're already thinking about the next thing.
There's other stuff happening. Yeah, we've been speaking to people here and previously at other events who would like us to look at other regions. And the opportunities we find are very different. In Tunisia we're running an event within an exhibition. So there's maybe exhibitions coming up and also maybe events and networking. There's other regions that definitely people want us to move into. So, there'll be some more travelling going on, and I'm sure next time we meet some new announcements.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, Claire, thanks for joining me. Great to chat to you. Enjoy the rest of the show this week, and we'll speak soon.
Cheers, thank you.